announces massive new travel ban, liberals furious. Donald Trump's administration is likely to announce on Thursday that laptops will be banned on all flights from Europe to the United States. Daily Mail reported that this new ban was revealed by European security officials moments ago. Officials briefed on the matter said that Trump's White House will also be reviewing how to ensure lithium batteries stored in luggage holds do not explode in midair. No final decisions have been made on expanding the restriction on large electronic devices in aircraft cabins, however, it is under consideration, read a statement released by the Department of Homeland Security, which is expected to announce the ban. DHS continues to evaluate the threat environment and will make changes when necessary to keep air travelers safe. This ban could affect U.S. carriers such as United Airlines, Delta Airlines Incorporated and American Airlines Group. This came 2 months after Trump's White House announced laptop restrictions on flights originating from 10 airports including in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Turkey because of fears that a concealed bomb could be installed in electronic devices taken onto aircraft. The United Kingdom quickly followed suit with restrictions on different routes. DHS spokesman Dave LaPan just told reporters that Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly hasn't made a decision, but we continue to evaluate the threat environment and have engaged in discussions with airline representatives and other stakeholders about the threat. Kelly is scheduled to give a classified briefing on Thursday to senators about domestic threats, and airline issues are expected to be discussed. Liberals will undoubtedly be furious about this ban, as they seem to get angry whenever Trump takes steps to protect our country. What do you think about the ban? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Justin Trump officially replaces Comey with. President Trump fired James Comey, head of the FBI, yesterday afternoon. You can argue all you want about what the motives for this move were, but it is pretty silly to pretend that this is part of some kind of cover-up. However, there are some concerns being raised about the guy who will be replacing Comey. The announced replacement has Clinton fingerprints all over him. Andrew McCabe will replace Comey, at least for now, until Trump finds a more permanent replacement. McCabe has strong ties to Clinton ally Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe. McCabe was previously the deputy FBI director, and following President Trump's dismissal of James Comey, he will be in charge of the nation's preeminent law enforcement agency. The White House said Tuesday that the search for a new FBI director will begin immediately. Until the administration finds this director, a man strongly connected to the Democratic Party will be in charge. The Democratic Virginia Governor's PAC donated $467,500 to McCabe's wife Jill McCabe's 2015 state Senate campaign. The Virginia Democratic Party also spent a little over $200,000 on the campaign. As you probably know, Terry McAuliffe is a really bad guy who constantly blurs legal lines and gave thousands of felons voting rights before the 2016 election. He's also really close with the Clintons, which raises questions about how impartial he would be looking into the emails. Luckily, this is just a temporary situation. It still isn't exactly reassuring. Legendary designer defends Melania after fashion world abandons her. After Donald Trump won the presidential election, many fashion designers turned their backs on his wife Melania, saying they would boycott his presidency by refusing to dress her. That's why Alessandro Michele, the creative director for Gucci, has found himself in hot water for dressing both Melania and Kellyanne Conway. Now, Michele is firing back at detractors who criticized him for what he did by taking a major stand for the First Lady. "We have all kinds of customers. To be against something or someone, it's a dangerous thing," Michele explained, according to the UK Express. "It's easy to be against your enemy, but if you give them a big hug." He went on to say that he has no interest in courting controversy, and instead simply finds people who are different from him to be interesting. "The more you are different, the more interesting. The more you are not like me, the more I want to get to know more about you," he said. "I'm very curious. I feel more comfortable surrounded by people not like me." Michel does not seem to be a Trump supporter, yet he is open-minded enough to actually give the president and his family a chance. This is in stark contrast to how most liberals have behaved, as they have been showing how closed-minded they are by trying to blacklist the Trumps and everyone who supports May 3rd calendar entry will clear Trump. The Liberal are shocked. After the Washington Post wrote a story attacking Trump again led the public out of course. The Post said that FBI Director James Comey has a written memo in which said that Trump asked him to drop the investigation on former administration member Michael Flynn, despite a clear claim to the contrary by Comey's successor, acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe. What's even more disturbing than that is the fact that the Post claimed anonymous sources backed up its statements, but didn't provide any evidence. Take a look at one part of the story. "I hope you can let this go," Trump said, according to the Comey notes, which were described by the Associates. Comey's written account of the meeting is 2 pages long and highly detailed, the Associates said. "This guy said, according to notes that we don't actually have and were only allegedly described to us is hardly solid, hard-hitting journalism." Even though Comey never denied this allegation about Trump, on May 3rd he said that he was never asked from authority to stop investigation during his time as FBI director. When he was asked if senior DOJ officials asked the FBI to drop an investigation, Comey said, "It's not happened in my experience," according to the Washington Post. The Post statement doesn't mean that much, seeing that there is an actual on-record statement by acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe that flies right in the face of these unsubstantiated accusations. Senator Marco Rubio asked McCabe before the Senate Intelligence Committee whether or not the firing of former FBI Director James Comey in any way impeded, interrupted, stopped or negatively impacted any of the work, any investigation, or any ongoing projects at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. McCabe gave a remarkable answer saying, "As you know, Senator, the work of the men and women of the FBI continues despite any changes in circumstance, any decisions, so there has been no effort to impede our investigation to date." The Washington Post then stated, "It's unclear from the questioning if McCabe was talking solely about the consequences of Comey's abrupt firing, or referring to a specific investigation on Trump's associates for possible connections to Russian officials." Just and Rupert Murdoch calls emergency meeting after Fox gets devastating news. It's been 1 month since Fox News executives fired Bill O'Reilly after a series of sexual harassment allegations against him came to light. However, this move has just come back to bite them in a big way. Breitbart reported that Fox News ratings have plummeted this month, and the network has gone into panic mode after MSNBC won the key demo, 25-54, during weeknights for the first time in 7 years last week. The Rachel Maddow Show, The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell and The 11th Hour with Brian Williams each finished first in their time slot, something that nobody at Fox ever saw coming. Fox News CEO Rupert Murdoch has reportedly called 2 emergency meetings today to address this situation. The meetings are to be held in 2 shifts at Studio F so that the entire staff at Fox can be accommodated. During the meetings, Murdoch will discuss both the company's plans for a new newsroom and its overall direction and future. Murdoch is hoping the meetings will rally the troops in the face of the challenges. This comes after the New York Daily News reported that O'Reilly is currently being scouted by various conservative media outlets who hope to create a potent competitor to Fox News. Bill O'Reilly has been nothing short of a powerhouse in cable news. "We have received thousands of requests to add Mr. O'Reilly to our team," said Charles Herring, CEO of San Diego-based One America Network. "I'm sure several national cable news networks have expressed strong interest in Mr. O'Reilly, and One America News is no exception, but we have no further comments at this time." Sources say O'Reilly is also being pursued by Sinclair, a huge right-leaning broadcaster that owns 170 TV stations, including Chicago's superstation WGN. Sinclair struck a $3.9 million deal this month to buy Tribune Media and its 42 stations, and executives are trying to turn WGN into a conservative all-news network to compete with Fox. just and Steve Bannon sends message to Trump that could save US. It's been a rough week for Donald Trump and his administration. Over the past few days, Trump has been involved in a series of scandals, including his firing of FBI Director James Comey, his alleged leak of classified information to Russian officials, and reports that he urged Comey to drop an investigation into a top aide. Now, however, top Trump advisor Steve Bannon is stepping in to do something that may just save our president. Breitbart reported that the Republican National Committee sent out a fundraising email this week asking for help with Trump's Drain the Swamp agenda. The email features inspiring words from Bannon, giving patriots everywhere hope that Trump will not go down without a fight. "You already knew the media is out to get us," the email read. But sadly it's not just the fake news. There are people within our own unelected bureaucracy that want to sabotage President Trump and our entire America First movement. Steve Bannon was right when he said, "If you think they're going to give you your country back without a fight, you're sadly mistaken," it continued. "Every day is going to be a fight," Bannon said. That is the promise of Donald Trump. The email went on to explain that those who are opposed to Trump and his policies do not want to put America first. They want it to be special interests first to enrich themselves, all while the citizens of our country remain an afterthought, the email said. "We have no choice but to completely drain the swamp," the message continued, adding that Trump is already started cleaning house. "But every day will be an uphill battle, and we need to be prepared to go into the trenches to fight back," the email concluded.